What is going on, guys? My name is Jake and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm discussing cassettes and free coasters, the disadvantages and advantages of both. I know Christmas is coming up and people may want to get a cassette or a free coaster new wheel for Christmas, so if you're confused on which one to get, I hope this video clears everything up for you, and let's get right into the video. Before we begin this video, I'd like to give a huge thanks to my friend Ann Cole for letting me borrow his free coaster for this video. I have my cassette over here. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the fakie. Is it easier to fake it on a free coaster or a cassette? And in my opinion, it is easier to fake it on a free coaster, and I'm going to tell you why right now. It is easier to fake it on a free coaster because you don't have to worry about pedaling backwards. You don't need to worry about pedal pressure or having your feet in the right place, because when you fake it, your feet will be in the same place and you can just get out of the fakie easier that way. It is easier to fake on a free coaster, especially if you're going faster, because on a cassette you gotta pedal backwards and you can't do that good if you're going fast, but on a free coaster you just keep your feet even and it's nice and simple. Is it easier to fake you farther on a free coaster or farther on a cassette? And people have different opinions about this one, but I believe it is easier to fake you farther on a free coaster. Once again, you don't have to worry about pedaling backwards. You can just have your pedals even and go back, and all you have to worry about is your balance. Some people say it's easier to fake you farther on a cassette because when you pedal backwards, it helps you keep your balance. I'm going to get a little technical right now. When you're faking it on a cassette, friction slows you down because you got to pedal backwards. But if you're on a free coaster, you can go faster and longer because you don't have to worry about the friction because your pedals are even at all the time. Now that I talked about the faking, I'm going to talk to you guys about tricks that are easier on a free coaster and easier on a cassette. I want to talk about the tricks that are easier on a cassette first. It is easier to full cab on a cassette because of pedal pressure. When you have a free coaster, you try to full cab, but you can't quite do it because it's all muscle. It's like a whole new trick on a free coaster, but it's easier on a cassette to most people. It is easier to do backwards manuals and stuff like that on a free coaster because you don't have to pedal backwards, and it's easier to go longer on a free coaster. I have a friend who's really good at backwards manuals on a free coaster, but he couldn't do them on a cassette and he used to ride cassette wheels. It is easier to land tricks like 180 whips on a free coaster, especially if you land cranks, because if you land cranks, you have more time to get your feet situated to get out of the fakie. Now I'm going to be talking about some advantages on the cassette. One advantage is that you can half crank, and if you're like me, you half crank a lot. And when you get on a free coaster, you got to do the half extra pedal, but sometimes you forget, then you hit slack, and then slack's not good.
Oh my God, it's got too much slack on it.
Another advantage is pedal pressure, and when doing full cabs and tricks like that, pedal pressure comes in handy because you know where your feet are, you get more pop out of it. But if you do full cabs on a free coaster, it's like all muscle because you cannot use pedal pressure. So I love pedal pressure, especially when I'm doing fakie tricks. Now we're talking about some negatives of the free coaster. You can't have crank on the free coaster, which kind of sucks, but if you get used to it, you don't need to have crank anyways. Another disadvantage is the slack. This is bad, especially if you're new to free coasters, because sometimes you hit slack and you hit your knee on the stem, then it hurts. But once you get used to free coasters, you won't hit slack as much. It just, newer riders have to get used to the slack and everything like that. And if you're someone who worries about weight, the free coasters are normally heavier than cassettes, but only by a couple ounces, so you don't have to worry about the weight difference that much. All these disadvantages I talked about can all be overcome by just practicing on the free coaster. These things won't happen to you if you really practice on a free coaster, because I have friends who ride free coasters and none of this stuff bothers them at all. Another important thing to remember about the free coaster is that these things require more maintenance than cassettes. You need to grease these things like every 2 weeks or every month, because if you don't, they're not going to last as long as if you just keep them healthy, keep them clean, grease them up every so often. As for with a cassette, you don't really need to grease it out at all, and it will last years, and just years if you take care of it properly, if you got hub guards and stuff like that. Now I'm going to be talking about some personal opinions on disadvantages and advantages about a Freecoaster. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the noise of the hub. On a Freecoaster, it's silent, but on a cassette, it makes noise when you pedal. But it's all personal preference on that. Now we're going to talk about the price. Cassettes are normally cheaper than Freecoasters. Cassettes have less parts to it, while a Freecoaster has more parts to it. But if you really want a Freecoaster, it's definitely worth the extra money. Another advantage of a Freecoaster is when you're doing fakey bar spins, fakey no footers, fakey tail lifts. It's easier because your pedals are always aligned. You don't got to worry about getting to the perfect moment in a cassette before you do the trick. Now I'm going to be telling you guys my personal opinion if I like a Freecoaster or a cassette better. In my personal opinion, I'm a huge fan of the cassette because you can half crank, you can use pedal pressure, and I've been riding it for about 5 years now. I rode my friend's Freecoaster, and Freecoasters are really fun because you can really do good fakey tricks like that. But I just can't get used to the slack and hitting the knee on the stem. I guess if I really tried, it would be easier, but I just really like my cassette, and that's my personal opinion. Now I'm going to get my friend Ant here to tell you his personal opinion about the Freecoaster.
What's up, guys? I'm a guest in this video, and I'm just going to say my opinion on the cassette hub and the Freecoaster. After riding both for quite a while now, I would have to conclude that the Freecoaster is definitely better in my opinion. One, because it doesn't make any noise when you're riding, and you don't gotta pedal backwards when you're doing fakey tricks and shit like that. Which is kind of good because as time goes on, it saves energy. You're riding for a while, you gotta pedal backwards and shit. I mean, you don't want to do that. You just want to roll backwards. So that's why I like it. Yeah, they're a little hard to keep up with if you want to do it the right way. Grease them every couple weeks, whatever. But I mean, that's just with everything, just proper maintenance. The cassette's not bad, but just not my style, you know.
So that's it for the cassette versus Freecoaster video. I really hope this video helped you out if you wanted to buy a cassette or a Freecoaster. I hope I cleared everything up. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment below what you want to see next, and make sure to subscribe for more videos. I post new videos every 5 days, so stay updated on that, and comment below if you want a Team Destruction sweatshirt. We're making some soon. If you want to see how many we have to make. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe.